Mindful Life Practice community.
A child's pose today. Actually, I changed my mind. We're not going to start in a child's pose. We're going to start in a seated meditation. I used to avoid starting my classes in a seated meditation because I'll tell you why. It felt really stressful as a yoga teacher to just have like a bunch of people staring at you at the beginning. It made it too like anxiety. It made it too stressful for me. I felt like I couldn't ground down. So it's become habitual that I put everyone in child's pose so that you're not looking at me. But with Zoom, it's a bit different, right? You're not actually in the room. And so it feels a bit less kind of scary as a start. So let's take a moment in our seated posture to do two things. The first thing I want you to do is feel yourself into a natural and lazy seated posture, like you're not about to do yoga, like you're just chilling. And then take a moment to counter that by lengthening up and sitting like you're about to do yoga. So inviting a length along your spine and inviting a softness through your shoulders. And then making a choice whether to place your palms down if you need a bit more groundedness, or to place your palms up if you want a bit more spaciousness. So my teacher, Rolf, he teaches that there's clarity in contrast. And what we did just then is we contrasted two extremes, being more passive and then being alert but with ease. And how does that feel different in your body? To be mindfully present in this moment, how does that feel different? Start to tap and turn your attention and awareness towards your breath. Taking full, complete inhales. Full, complete exhales. Full, complete inhales. Full, complete exhales. So there is a word in the Yoga Sutras called dharana. And dharana is the state of concentration that we come into when we practice yoga. It is being in the body and being in the mind. Helps us tap into the present moment. So maybe that will be an intention for this afternoon or this morning, whatever time it is for you. To come into a state of dharana or to come into a state of concentration. As best you can. And see what you can learn from that experience. Take one more round of breath. Take a big exhale. And then we're going to bring our bodies down onto our mats, lying backwards. was weird cueing. Come lie down on your mat. Lying backwards. I don't know why I said that. And now what you're going to do is take your right knee into your chest and take your palms around your right shin, and then just take some circles with the right knee. Getting into the hip crease. Taking 3 more circles. And then bringing the knee through center, you're gonna plant your left foot on the mat, lift your right foot up towards the sky, grab hold of your right big toe, and then just allow your left knee to drop open into a butterfly, and your right knee is in a half happy baby. And you can anchor your left palm on your hip. Taking full, complete inhales and exhales. One more round of breath. And then take your right ankle, cross it over top of your left thigh, flex your right toes, just push your right palm into your right thigh. And then either stay here or lift off, interlacing the palms on the back of the left thigh or on the front of the left shin. Take one more round of breath. And then land your left foot on the mat, land your right foot on the mat. And then we'll take it the opposite way. So we are going to lift the left leg up and then plant the left foot almost like you're stepping on the ceiling, and drop your right knee out over to the right. And then lay your right palm on your hip. Take one more round of breath. And then take your left ankle, cross it on top of your right thigh, lift your right knee up, and then interlace the palms either on the thigh or the shin. Take one more round of breath. And then land your right foot on the mat, land your left foot on the mat. You're gonna open your arms into cactus arms and then draw your knees up. And then just drop both knees over to the right, land your right palm on the left thigh, gaze over the left shoulder, and take a few deep breaths. Come all the way back through center. Let's open the arms and cross the opposite way, twisting through the spine. Come all the way back through center. Knees on the backs of the thighs. Let's do a nice little rock up and over. And then you're gonna rock all the way up through cross-legged, and then bring your body back onto the hands and knees, and sit the hips back into a child's pose. Rest the forehead and take a few moments to concentrate on your breathing. And as you're breathing, you should feel your low back gently lifting. And then as you're exhaling, sinking into the shape. So how does a state of dharana apply off our yoga mats? It's kind of about concentrating on the present moment. It's almost like mindfulness. I think that's what a lot of us have been forced to do in our lives right now. There's no planning for the future. There's no planning for vacations. There's no planning for when you could go back to work. We're all just kind of living in this moment and kind of accepting whatever each day brings to us. Take a few more breaths in your child's pose. Has that been challenging for you, or has it been something that you've been able to adapt to? What skills are you using from your yoga practice to kind of manage accepting this uncertainty? Take one more breath in your child's pose. And then as you inhale, you're going to peel all the way up into a table. Have your palms underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath the hips. And then we'll move through some cat-cows. So on your breath in, you lift your chin and you drop your belly down towards the mat, and then you curl your spine up and tap the chin. This is your cat. And then start to move freely, not counting or worrying about how many of each you do. Just feel and experience the articulation of the spine. Taking one more. And then let your spine come all the way into neutral. Lengthen your right leg behind you on the mat. See if you can lift the opposite arm, so lifting the left arm. And then just finding balance if you can. Finding steadiness if you can. Can you accept this moment, however uncomfortable it might be, however wobbly you might feel? And instead of being like, when is this pose going to be over? Just accepting it as a pose that you're in right now. Land your left palm on the mat. Take your left toes off the side of the mat. Bring your right hip to stack on the left, and then reach your right arm up towards the sky. And then land your right foot on the mat and lift all the way up. And then let's land the right palm onto the right shin and lift the left arm up behind you. It's almost like this reversed warrior. Take a few breaths. And then come all the way back through center. Plant your palms on the mat. Tuck your left toes under, lift all the way up and back, extending the right leg. And then you can just bend through the knee and take a few circles, getting into the hip. And then lengthen your right leg all the way up. And land your right foot on the mat, coming into your first down dog, and feel this shape. Palms rooted, spine stacking, hips lifting straight up and back. Take one more round of breath in your downward facing dog. And then let's land the knees onto the mat. And then we'll explore the opposite side. So lengthen your left leg behind you, reach your right arm up. Find the middle in this shape, find the moment in this shape. I think sometimes intentionally to keep my mind busy, I do a lot of moving in yoga. I don't do a lot of stillness in these flow classes. Today we're going to explore the idea of finding stillness and being okay with that stillness. Land your right palm on the mat, take your right toes off the side of the mat, and then lift all the way up. So you're kind of in this half moon. And then land your left foot, lift all the way up. Land your left palm, taking this kind of reversed warrior thing. And then come all the way back down, plant your palms. Tuck your right toes, lift up and back, circle through the knee. And then plant your left foot on the mat so you're coming into your down dog. So this idea of being okay with stillness kind of happened to me or occurred to me this afternoon. I was walking down the street with a mask on my face in 41-degree heat in Abu Dhabi, and it occurred to me, this is summer 2020. You know, for the first time in my entire life, I'm not going to be going home to Canada for the summer. And I don't know if I'm in shock about this still, or I'm like pretty relaxed about it, but I don't think I've come to complete acceptance of what that means. What it really means is that I won't see and spend time with my loved ones. And it occurred to me that this is what the yoga practice is all about. You are put into uncomfortable positions and you have to challenge your ability to kind of tolerate and stay in those challenging positions for as long as you can. And you learn skills like meditation and breath work. And those skills kind of help you and you apply them off the mat and you learn how to cope with discomfort in your life. And that's what yoga is really all about. So we're going to stay in this down dog for a few more breaths. You have got this. And then walk your feet up all the way to your hands. Nice work. I hate holding down dog for a long time. Grip your palms to opposite elbows. I'll tell you why. I was always someone who had very sweaty hands, sweaty palms. It's something I was born with. And so for me, down dog does not work for a long time. It gets really uncomfortable. And I think the more uncomfortable something is, all the more reason that we should do it. Right? We learn from the discomfort. Release the grip of your palms, wiggle your toe mounds together. Bend through the knees, sit the hips back, lift into your chair. Arms reaching up overhead, hips sitting back. And again, discomfort. Here we are. This is uncomfortable. Can I handle it? Can I sustain it? And what tools and techniques can I use to make it okay, to make it sustainable? Take one more breath. And then push through the feet, lift all the way up. You're like, I didn't come to power yoga. What's going on? Take your palms into heart center. Drop your palms alongside your hips. We'll do a teeny tiny bit of free moving. So just kind of go back and forth. Doing this for as long as you like. Taking one more. And then eventually bring your whole body into stillness in your mountain, feet grounded, spine stacking straight up. Letting go of movement, receiving stillness. How does that feel? On a breath in, circle your arms up towards the sky. And on a breath out, forward fold. On a breath in, halfway lift. On a breath out, forward fold. And then inhale, sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale your palms into your heart center. 2 more, breath in. Yeah, you got it, breath out. Nice work, breath in. Breath out. And then breath in. Breath out. Now for this last one, I'm not even gonna cue the breath, so you just do it. Standing at heart center with your thumbs into your heartbeat. Take a breath in, lift the arms all the way up. Take an exhale, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, lower. We're gonna step all the way back to a plank and move through our first vinyasa. Every week when I teach this class, it's like competition. It's like, how long can I go before we take a vinyasa? How gentle and easy can I make this? Take your right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Draw your right knee in, step your right foot between your palms, and then just rock forward and back. Land your left knee onto the mat, and we're gonna walk our right foot wide and take our right palm to the inside, and then move through almost like some sort of flows here. So we're like in a lizard pose. You're gonna lower your elbows and kind of draw your body down towards the mat as close as you can, and then push and lift up. And then take 3 more like this, just lowering and then lifting. 2 more. And then 1 more. And then decide how you want to take this shape. There's like a million ways. You can be up here on the hands. You can roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. You can come down onto the elbows. I remember when I first came to yoga, I was very, I thought things were very black and white. I thought there was one right way to do every single pose. And then maybe you lift your right arm up. Maybe you take it into a quad stretch. Grab a hold of the quad. Anyway, I remember I used to participate in classes and I used to like judge teachers. I would be like, oh, that teacher told us to do it that way, and that teacher told us to do it that way, and that teacher must be more knowledgeable than this teacher, and that must be the right way, and whatever. This was literally my thought process in my head as I experienced this. And what I've learned over the years is that it's all just movement. Right? I need to stop seeing things as right or wrong or black and white, but they're all just different ways to move the body. And it really was a reflection of, you know, how much I was judging myself, how much I was judging others. You have the foot, we're going to release it. Lift up onto the palms. Wiggle your right foot to the inside in between both palms, and then lengthen your leg. Walk your palms back. Keep your left fingertips on the mat. Maybe you start reaching your right arm up towards the sky. So you're kind of turning towards the leg, and then just see how that feels. Take the right palm back down. Walk your fingertips forward. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, and then step your right foot back to meet your left. Travel through your vinyasa. Coming all the way up to your down dog. Nice, and again, we'll take down dog for a little longer than is comfortable. Grab my sip of water and my coffee. Isn't that annoying when teachers tell you to do stuff and then they're just not doing it with you? I'm coming, I'm joining. Was like I always was getting into a war with my hands. They'd be sliding off the mat in down dog. I felt like there was something wrong with my hands. Anyway, I've addressed this issue by just giving us really short down dogs in all my classes, but today we are holding it. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then take a big step forward with your left foot. Nice, you're on tented fingertips and you're gonna rock forward and back. Getting into the hip crease, feeling what is happening there. And then land your right knee onto your mat. You're gonna take your left palm to the inside of your left foot, walk your foot over to the side. And now we're in our lizard, and you're gonna play with those flows, inhaling, keeping your arms long, and then exhaling, lowering, breathing in, lifting, and then exhaling, lowering. 2 more. And then 1 more. And then making a decision whether you're up on your palms, whether you're down on your elbows. Find your lizard pose. I'm sure Laura is just thinking about the actual lizard that came into her house during this pose. And then if you want to take it into a twist, you're going to kick the foot back, grab hold of the foot if you can, choosing your variation, letting it be uniquely you. And then release your left palm, coming all the way up. Walking your left foot to the center of the mat, and then walking your fingertips back, and leave your right fingertips where they are, and lift your left arm up towards the sky. Nice. Take your left palm back down. Let's walk our fingertips forward. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step your left foot back. If you want to take a vinyasa, go ahead. Nice, and then we're just gonna land the knees onto the mat. And then walk your hands forward, coming into a puppy pose, a little bit of a heart opener. How does this feel in your spine today? What is going on for you? Take a few more breaths. Walk your hands all the way back under your shoulders. Keep your left palm where it is. Inhale your right arm up towards the sky. And then thread your right arm under, landing onto your right shoulder and right cheek. Perhaps your left arm lifts up and maybe it spirals back. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Unwind, plant the left palm down, lift all the way back up, and then let's flow in the opposite direction. So take your left arm all the way up. Thread your left arm under, land onto the left cheek, the left shoulder blade. Take one more complete inhale. One more complete exhale. And then slowly peel all the way back up. Plant the palms once again. Tuck the toes. Find your way up into that down dog. Holding here for a little bit longer than is comfortable. And can you find peace in this posture? Can you find peace in the discomfort? Bend at your knees, gaze forward, step the feet up to meet the hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold. And then inhale, circle your palms all the way up, reach through the fingertips. Take your palms into your heart center. Leave your left foot as your root right now. We're gonna lift off of the right foot, open the right knee towards the side, and then plant the right foot either on the ankle or the shin, or maybe up on the thigh. And then just place your palms at heart center. Using the connection of the palms together to kind of ground you, midline of the body. All right, I tried to turn while doing tree, that was silly. Keep your left foot where it is. You're gonna open your right knee up, so lift your right foot back off the leg and lift it up. And then shift all the way forward, coming into your warrior three, and just hold into the warrior three for 5 breaths. Step your right foot all the way back. You're gonna come nice and long now into a warrior two. Right foot is back and almost parallel with the back edge of your mat, and left fingertips are forward. And then land your right palm on the right thigh and reverse your warrior. Again, a few deep breaths in stillness. Come all the way up and over. Now land your left elbow on your left thigh, reach the right fingertips forward, find your extended side angle, and breathe into the stillness as well. Take a breath in, lift all the way up, lengthen through your left leg. Can you turn all 10 toes to face the side wall? And then take a breath in, and then hinge forward, land the fingertips on the mat, find yourself in a wide-legged forward. We're gonna walk the fingertips all the way back to frame the left foot, coming into a long, low lunge, and then take a big step back with your left foot, move through a vinyasa flow, come all the way up and back to your down dog. I'm not gonna make you hold this one for a long time. I'm over it. Let's gaze forward and then just step the feet up to meet the hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold. And then breath in, you spiral, circle the arms all the way up. And then draw them into your heart center. Opposite side, your right foot is your anchor. Lift your left leg, land the left foot somewhere on the inside of the right leg. Place your palms at heart center. Maybe checking in with yourself. Has anything shifted throughout your practice? Have you found a better state of concentration? Right, that's the ultimate goal, that we learn how to concentrate in the moment. And then we apply that beyond the practice. Take the knee in, shift it backwards, lengthen all the way out, Virabhadrasana 3, take 5 deep breaths. And then we'll step all the way back, finding our warrior 2. Long, low lunge, left foot is parallel with the back of the mat, right heel almost intersects with the inner arch, and then lift your arms up. Softly gaze over the right fingertips, find a drishti point. Nice, inhale, reverse your warrior, breathe into the right rib cage. Beautiful, and then come all the way back up to your warrior 2. Land your right elbow, lift your left fingertips in front of you. Nice, come all the way back up. And then you're gonna windmill palms to the mat again, frame the foot. Step back. If you want to take one last vinyasa, go ahead. Let's bend the knees and gaze forward, and then just step the feet maybe to crisscross. Coming all the way into Navasana pose, boat pose. So you're balancing on the sits bones. Your legs are up almost parallel with the mat. You're gazing at the toes. And then you're gonna hinge back, finding your Ardha Navasana, staying for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, nice, 3, 2, and then on 1, soften all the way back down. Step the feet in, plant the palms alongside of the hips. Let's move through some fluid motions, inhaling, lifting the hips up, and then exhaling, lowering the hips down. So getting some movement going. Take one more. And then this time when you lift all the way up, you're gonna roll your shoulders underneath, interlace the palms, pinky side of the hands facing down. There is clarity in contrast. How does it feel to contrast the movement with the stillness? Release the grip, lower each and every vertebrae one at a time. Hips on the mat, relax your shoulders out, and then draw the knees into the chest. Let's open the arms wide on the mat, cactus arms. Drop the knees over to the right, land your right palm on your left thigh, gaze over the left shoulder. And then open your right arm and come all the way back through center. And then twist the opposite way. Come all the way back through center, knees into the chest. One more little hug. And then we're gonna come all the way up to seated. We're gonna finish in a pranayama practice today. So coming to sit crisscross. Now I must admit that I used to never do pranayama in my classes. I thought that it was weird. I thought people would like judge me for it. I've recently gotten quite into pranayama, reconnecting with Hug, who is an amazing teacher. And I've come to find that I love how much clarity it brings to my head, in particular this practice, Nadi Shodhana. The goal of this is to bring balance to the right side and the left side, mostly like the right and left hemisphere of the brain. And so this is now a favorite practice of mine. So you're gonna take your peace fingers, the fingers you'd use to take a peace sign, and you're gonna place them on your third eye. And then you're gonna use your thumb and your index finger. So your pinky can just be curled under. So the first thing you're gonna do is plug your right nostril with your right thumb, and then inhale through your left nostril. And then plug your left nostril and exhale through your right. Then you inhale through the right. And you plug your right nostril and you exhale through your left. So keep going like this. Inhale left. Plug and then exhale right. Inhale right. Plug and then exhale left. So the reality for pranayama is that for some people, it's very soothing. And then for others, restricting the breath might not feel good. Or maybe you have plugged nostrils and this just really doesn't feel good. So please know that you can take or leave this practice. If it doesn't work for you, just breathe normally and maybe just visualize bringing balance to the breath through the left and the right. But if it does work for you, keep going. Taking one more of each. And then when you exhale through the left nostril, just land the palm back on the knee and take a big breath in. Big breath out. Clarity and contrast. What are you noticing? Sometimes after restricting our breath, it just teaches us to breathe a little more deeply. Take one more round of breath as you are. And then slowly bring your body out into whatever final resting pose you want to take, whether it's a shavasana, whether it's a seated meditation, whether it's something else that speaks to you. I think we have this tendency to judge things as good or bad that we experience. Right? It's bad that I'm stuck here for the summer. Or it's good that I'm stuck here on the summer. Can you just accept the moment that you're in, the position that you're in, with no judgments, good or bad? It just is. You just are in this shavasana. Using whatever tools you have to bring yourself into the present moment. Maybe it's the breath. Maybe it's a little mantra like, I am here now. Maybe it's a scan of what's happening within you. As best you can, relax into it, knowing that I will bring you back when the time is up. Ishkavamobulela, 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 Ishkavamobulela. Take a nice long stretch, fingertips all the way through toes. Take the knees into the chest, give your body a nice little hug. And start to make your way up and over into your seated position. Taking your palms at your heart center, lengthening through the spine. Softness through the shoulders. So we close with the intention that our yoga practice remains steady, that our efforts remain continuous, and that our yoga serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May they be free. And may the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. So if you'd like to join in with an Om, we'll inhale and exhale, and then inhale through to make an Om. So take a big breath in, big breath out, breath in. Thank you for sharing the space and the practice. The light that is within me sees and honors the light within each and every one of you. Namaste.
The Mindful Life Practice Community.